So we are very privileged to have today with us Samantha Smith, and Samantha has adolescent idiopathic scoliosis, and we're going to talk a little bit about the accepting the diagnosis of scoliosis. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Good. Thanks. So, Sam, pretty much, I think the first question that I have for you is, how did you find out that you had scoliosis?
So I danced since I was younger and I was complaining of a sore back. So we just thought it was like dancing and stuff. So then I went to my chiropractor and he checked me out and said I had scoliosis because I had like back pain and neck pain, which like was like hard to deal with because it was like painful and stuff. So then after he told me about it, I got treated for a little bit and then I came to see you.
And when you first found out about it, did they was an X-ray done at the time?
Yeah, I got an X-ray done.
Okay. And how did you feel about that? Had you, well, before I go there, had you heard about scoliosis before that point?
No, I didn't.
No.
No.
Any family members that you discovered had it, or anyone you know, any friends?
Yeah, my mum has it. So it's yeah.
And then, so you didn't know about it before you were diagnosed.
No.
Okay. And then, and what were your initial thoughts when that happened?
Well, I didn't really know what it was, so like it didn't really affect me too much. But then later when I found out it was like the spine and stuff, like it didn't affect me too much because I knew it could get treated to help it. So it wasn't really like that much to me.
And then, so that was the beginning. Did you tell anybody about it, that you had the condition? Like, did you keep
Mm,
it a secret?
um,
How did that journey transpire?
Well, when I first found out, I was in primary school. So I told my primary school best friends, and she didn't really know what it was either. So, like, we didn't really speak about it. But then as I got to high school and like I got my brace, like I started like to tell more of my closer friends about it. So they knew like I came to school with my brace and stuff. And then my family knew, and like, yeah, most of my close friends.
And how did your friends take to you having the condition or being treated with the condition? Were they very supportive?
Yeah, they were very supportive.
And so did you have any specific process of telling them? Did you just say to them, look, this is what I've got? Or did you gather them all together and have like a friends meeting, and you know did you show them your x-rays?
Well, I got it during lockdown, so I couldn't really see my friends. Like I just called them, said, "Oh, look at this," and I showed them. But yeah, it was just because lockdown, I couldn't really do much. So just one by one, I slowly just told them. And then at school, some would ask like, "What do you have?" And I'm like, "Oh, scoliosis. I wear a brace."
Okay. and
Yeah.
then and then did you tell you told your teachers and like sports coaches? You play a lot of soccer,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
and do you still play soccer?
Yeah.
So having scoliosis hasn't affected that
No, it hasn't.
at all. Would you say you're more active now than you were before?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's good. And what challenges have you found? I think initially you said that you were quite young and you didn't really understand it.
Yeah.
But were there any challenges with accepting the fact that you had this condition or this diagnosis?
There weren't that many challenges, but I think because going into as well, I started like becoming a teenager. So those clothes I wanted to wear, but with the brace, I couldn't really wear it. So it wasn't much of like it was more the physical because like the things I couldn't wear, not so much of like it impacted me because I had scoliosis, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you have a lot of pain?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You did? And
Yeah.
did the pain affect you quite a lot?
At the beginning, yes, but I got used to it. So after, I didn't feel nothing.
Okay. And what positives would you take out of the journey that you've had? I've had this discussion with a lot of
Yeah.
people, and there's some interesting answers. What would you say your positives have been?
Well, um, I would probably say like my spine's like gotten better. It's like almost straight. And I think like I'm more stronger now. Like I don't know how to explain. Like I'm stronger and like I don't let the little things impact me because I've gone through all of this treatment. Like, and it was a lot harder than what most things are.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it teaches you to not sweat the small stuff,
Yeah.
or yeah. And would you say that you're so mentally you say you're stronger? Would you say you're physically stronger?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
The you haven't backed off on exercise. You're still playing as much sport as you used to. So
Yeah.
it hasn't really impacted your life in that way.
No, it hasn't.
Okay. And then what advice would you give others that are going through, that say have had this diagnosis, and in terms of accepting it, what sort of advice would you give?
It's like it's not a bad thing. Like you don't gotta hide it. And if like you go through my treatment, like with the bracing, like don't give up, like keep trying because at the end you're gonna get like good results. So it's like just keep trying.
Just keep trying. So a resilient nature, and just keep looking forwards, not backwards.
Yeah.
And then, have you had any specific strategies that have helped you to, keep that positive mental attitude?
Um, I just think of it like I've gone through all this time, like not give up now, just like because I'm towards the end, just like finish it.
And
Um,
earlier on, like when you were initially diagnosed and you realized that you had to have quite a lot of treatment for it, um, were there any strategies then that
mm,
that helped you? I'm talking from like a mental aspect.
just talk to people about it.
Yeah. So not hiding the condition.
Like don't hide it. Yeah.
And then the would you say that when you're older you would be really proactive in looking out for the condition?
Yeah, I think I can.
You would do when you have children one day.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that you've answered all my questions. The the you're a pretty positive young girl who's gone through quite a lot, and the I think that maybe the last question that I have is, so you didn't know anybody who had it initially. Do you know anybody who has it now? Without
Yeah,
mentioning names or anything, do you have friends and
yeah, I
that
do.
you have? And do they share a similar story to you?
Yeah.
Do and have they been able to get through it as easily as you have?
One of them that's gone through similar treatment as me, she's like gotten through most of it. But then the ones that like don't go to get as much treatment, like they're all right too. Yeah.
Okay. Sam, thank you so much.
You're
It's
welcome.
been wonderful chatting to you again, and thanks for answering all my questions and keeping that positive attitude. And yeah, you're an inspiration to everybody.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll chat quite soon.
Yes.
Cheers, Sam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.